Good morning, students. On today's lecture, I'll solve one of the additional mathematics paper 1, 4037, variation 12, May, June 2017. Question number 1. On each of the Venn diagrams below, shade the region which represent the given set. So this is the set given. A union B intersecting C. So A union B, whole thing that belongs to A and B, and then this part intersecting with C. So not the whole thing intersecting with C, only this part that belongs to C, that A and B and C, this part is over here. Okay, so that's my A union B, everything that belongs to A and B, but also belong to C. So that part only, okay? Nothing over here because this part doesn't belong in C and this part doesn't belong in A or B, none of them, okay? So only this part which belongs to both A, B and C, okay? Or A, B or C, okay? So A, B including C. Now, next one, A intersecting B. A intersecting B is this part over here, then union C. So this part over here, and then union C. Okay, and if you are not sure about this, how to shade this thing, I have a video on tips and tricks on shading the Venn diagram. Okay, that's very useful one and very easy to remember, and you cannot make mistake. Okay, all right. This one I'm gonna. So sometimes this is very hard to do. So what I do, I just use the De Morgan's law. Okay, it's gonna be A union B whole prime intersecting C. So what that means, A union B, okay, not in A union B, a complement of A union B. So everything that doesn't belongs in A and B intersecting C. So we are actually looking at this part. Okay, this part that's not belong to A and B, but part of C. Okay. Now next one, it is given that y equal to 5x squared plus 4 to the power half over x plus 1, showing all your working, find the exact value of dy dx when x equal to 3. Okay, so we have to find out when x equal to 3. So let's find out dy dx, and eventually we're going to do dy dx when x equal to 3. So dy dx, I can use product rule or I can use the quotient rule here. Let's use the quotient rule. Quotient rule, whatever in the denominator, I need to make the square of it, and then x plus 1, then I'm gonna do dy dx of whatever in the numerator, 5x squared plus 4 to the power half, then minus, I'm gonna put this one, 5x squared plus 4 to the power half, then dy dx of, actually this is my y, I don't need to put y here, okay, and that's gonna be x plus 1. Okay, this part is my y in this case. Okay, so over here I have x plus 1 whole square, and this is x plus 1, and this thing is gonna be half. Let me use the different color, half. Then from here 5x squared plus 4, I need to subtract 1 from the power. Then I need to, this is chain differentiation, I have to differentiate whatever inside the bracket. Okay, so that's gonna be 5 2s are 10. Let me write down this, 5 times 2, then x to the power 2 minus 1 is 1, and 4 there, this is a constant term, it's gonna be 0, so we are not gonna use that. Then minus 5x squared plus 4 to the power half, and when you differentiate that, that's gonna be 1. I hope you know that. Okay, so now this is gonna be half minus 1 is minus half. That means I can write down x plus 1 divided by this 2 comes over here, and that's going to be square root 5x squared plus 4 in the denominator. This is square. Then okay, then I have some more 5 times 2x. So that's gonna be 10x, then minus, this is gonna be square root 5x squared plus 4, and don't forget in the denominator I have x plus 1 whole square. I can cross this out and write down it's 5 over here. And now what are you gonna do when x equal to 3? Remember the question says find dy dx when x equal to 3. So when x equal to 3, dy dx is gonna be, in the denominator I have 3 plus 1 4 square, and this is gonna be 3 plus 1 is 4, then times this is 5 times 3, and over here in the denominator I have 3 square is 9, 9 5s are 45 plus 4, okay, 5x square plus 4, that's going to be 5, 3 square plus 4, that's going to be 9 5s are 45 plus 4 is 49, square root 49 is 7, minus, that's going to be the same thing over here, is going to be 7. So what can I do? I can write down, this is going to be 4 times 5 times 3, so 20 times 3 is 60, minus 7 sevens are 49 divided by 7, and here is 1 times 1 by 16. So 60 minus 49, that's supposed to be 11, so that's 11, and below here 7 times 16, that's gonna be 112. So dy dx is 11 over 112 when x equal to 3. Okay, so this one is done. Let's go for question number 3. Vector I and j are unit vectors parallel to the x-axis and y-axis. So what that means, this is I that represent towards x, I, and y-axis that represent j. Okay, so that's actually what is mean over here. The vector v has a magnitude of that. So what they're saying, this equals to 3 root 5. That's given information. Okay, that's given. And has the same direction as I minus 2j. So I minus 2j, I over here 1i, then minus 2j, this direction. Okay, so I need to find out, let me give this one as a vector is given because I and j actually the direction. So unit vector a should be as it is I 1i minus 2j, and modulus of that is gonna be 1 square plus 2 square square root, that's gonna be 1, and plus 2 square is 4, so square root 5. So over here is gonna be square root 5. Okay, so this vector v should be, say that I have the magnitude 3 root 5, and parallel to that, so unit vector, this is the speed or magnitude, and then I'm gonna multiply with this unit vector 1, that's I minus 2j over square root 5. So this is square root 5 and square root 5 cancel out, so it's gonna be 3i minus 6j. That's my vector v, whatever they are asked to find out. Okay, so this is done. Now the velocity of vector w makes an angle 30 degree with the positive x-axis. So what that means, positive x-axis. Okay, so that, let me draw this. This is my x over here, and that's my y, and this is x. And positive x-axis means this side, this right side, and w makes 30 degree angle. So this is 45, something like this. Okay, so that's 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree angle, and that's my vector. Okay, w. Okay, and modulus of w is given. Modulus of w is given to find w, giving your answer in this form where c and d are integers, so it cannot be fraction or decimal. Okay, so what can I do? I'm gonna see, let's set this up to here. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a perpendicular over here. So let's this one be a and this one gonna be b. Okay, when I do that, this particular point over here is gonna be ab. Okay. Now, according to the question, sine 30, see that sine 30 is going to be this over this, because this is modulus of that. The modulus of that or magnitude of that is going to be 2, that's given. So sine 30 degree equal to b by 2. So sine 30, you know that it's going to be half. If you are not sure, you can use the calculator. Okay, in degree, so sine 30 degree, that's going to be half. So that's half equal to b by 2. So this and this cross out, therefore I have b equal to 1. Okay, I got that. So b equal to 1, this hypotenuse equal to 2. I can find out a by Pythagorean theorem. So it's gonna be positive side, so it's gonna be positive, not negative. So 2 square minus 1 square, 4 minus 1 is square root 3. Okay, so this vector is gonna be, vector w is gonna be this, that means a, so square root 3i, and up here that's gonna be 1 1 j. Okay, so I don't need to write down 1. Okay, so that's the vector they're asking for. And you can see that c square root ci, so c is gonna be here 3, it's an integer, and they didn't ask for that, but if you want, c is gonna be 3 and b is gonna be coefficient of j, that's 1. Okay, you can write this is your answer. Okay, I just show you this to make you understand. Okay, now the first three terms of expansion, the expansion of 3 minus x by 6 to the power n are 81 plus ax plus bx square. Find the value of each of the constant n, a, and b. So the way I'm going to do, I'm going to expand that. First term is going to be 3 to the power n. The formula is not given, this one. Okay, there is another formula using this kind of another formula for this one. That's what I'm going to use. 3 to the power n, then plus it's going to be n 3 to the power n minus 1, and that's minus x to the power 6 to the power x by 6 to the power 1 plus n minus 1. This is 2 factorial, and that's gonna be 3 n minus 2 to the power n minus 2, then minus x over 6, this is gonna be 2. That equivalent to 81, or congruent to 81 plus ax plus bx square. Okay, so we are ready to do some calculation over here. So this and this constant term, so 3 to the power n equal to 81 can be written as 3 to the power 4. You can check that. 3 to the power 4, that's gonna be 81. Therefore I already got the value of n. N is 4, so that's my first value. N is done. Okay, so when it's done, now I'm gonna do what? I'm gonna equate this with this. Okay, that's power 1, so that's gonna be minus, plus minus minus, so that's gonna be minus n. Let me write down n, it's 4, but let me write down n for the time being. 3 to the power n minus 1, and over here I don't need x because x cancel out. Okay, that's gonna be 1 by 6 equal to a. Now let me put the value of n. So that's going to be 4, and this is going to be 3 to the power 4 minus 1 times 3 to the power 3. 4 minus 1 is 3 times 1 by 6 equal to a. So that's going to be 4 times, this is going to be 3 to the power 3 is 27 divided by 6 equal to a. So this is 2. 2 2s are 2 3s are 3 9s are, and don't forget there was this minus sign in front of it, so this minus sign, so that's gonna be a equal to minus 2 times 9 is 18. Okay, so that's done. Now this part with this part. Okay, so n was 4 times 4 minus 1 is 3, 2 factorial is nothing but 2, times 3 to the power 4 minus 2 is 2, so 3 to the power 2 is 9, and this 2 that becomes positive, times 1 by this is going to be 36 equal to B. So 9 4s are 36, 4 4s are, therefore B equal to 3 by 2. So I got all the values N, A, and B. They were asking us to find out N, A, and B. Done. Let's go for question number 5. The particle P moves in a straight line such that its displacement x meter from a fixed point O t second after passing O is given by x equal to 4 cos 3t minus 4. Find the velocity of P at time t. So velocity, we know that velocity equal to dx dt, and that's going to be 4. When we differentiate cos, it's going to be negative sine 3t. Then I'm going to differentiate that one again, 3t. If I differentiate, I will have 3, and this constant term is going to give me 0, so I don't need that. So 4 times 3 is 12, so minus 12 sine 3t. At t, after O, at t, this is the velocity. Okay, hence write down the maximum speed of P. Now at maximum speed, it says hence and give 1 mark, but I don't think it's 1 mark. It should be more. At maximum, dv dt equal to 0. Okay, so if I differentiate this one again, so that's going to be minus 12, and sine going to be cos 3t, then again 3, okay, equal to 0. So this is minus 36 gonna go there, so cos 3t equal to 0. Therefore 3t equal to cos inverse 0. Where is cos 0? See that cos is gonna be just like this. Okay, this is the cos graph. Now over here, this is gonna be pi by 2. This particular place is pi by 2, and this particular place is 70. That's gonna be 3 pi by 2. That's 90 to 70. Yeah, that's so the first part is this. So it's gonna be pi by 2. I don't need this one because first time it's happening, that's what I need. Okay, so t is gonna be pi by 2. This pi by 2, and of course there is 3, so that's 3 come down here, so pi by 6. Now maximum, it says maximum speed, so this thing over here, whatever we got, so v equal to minus 12 sine, see 3t, so 3 and 6, that's going to be pi by 2, that's 90, and sine 90 is 1. You can see that sine graph, it should be like that. So that's 90, or pi by 2, that's going to be 1. So when it's 1, it's minus 12. So maximum is going to be 12 meter per second. Okay, negative means the direction, which way it's going. Okay, so that's not important, the sign is not important. Find the smallest value of t for which the acceleration of p is 0. Acceleration is 0, so acceleration is dv dt. Okay, and we got dv dt like that, and that's dv dt equal to smallest value, dv dt equal to 0, and dv dt we got here cos 3t equal to 0, and we did find out over here that t equal to pi by 6. Okay, what is the value of pi by 6 here? Pi by 6 is gonna be 0.52, or I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, so that's done. Okay, pi by 6 or 0.524. Okay, I'll keep this one. Okay, or you can write down this one, doesn't matter. For the value of t found in part 3, find the distance of p from O. So distance from p is this one given initially. So x equal to 4 cos 3, and that's going to be pi by 6. See that? It's going to cross out, so it's going to be a really nice one. And that's going to be 3 cross out to 6 by 2, pi by 2, that's going to be 90. And we have seen that in cos graph 90 equal to 0. So this whole thing becomes 0, and that's 4 meter. That's opposite direction. Okay, so the answer would be 4 meter. Okay, so this is done, and let me do from question number 5 in my next video. Thank you for watching.